Hi students, welcome to VerandaRace. Today I'm late by 2 minutes. I'm really sorry for that, but I know you all are waiting for me. So let's start the session without much ado, without much trouble. Let us start the session. So today's session will be a bit motivational because I have added something special in it. Apart from the normal discussion we have, I have not made it very. I'm really sorry for that. Just a minute, students. Yeah. So good evening, Shriveni. Good evening. So as I told you earlier, that today's session, and I'll ensure that I speak something which adds value to your preparation, adds value to your life, and I'll show you something which will definitely bring about a change in your personality. Because what I need and what I expect from the students is that they transform every day, they change every day. So Shriveni, good evening. The first one to say good evening, Shriveni E. Thanks a lot for your wish, your greetings. So today's session is thorough discussion of the editorial, and the thought for the day would be, the best way to predict your future is to create it. So this is the thought of the day. The best way to predict your future is to create it. Create it. So this was said by Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln said this: if you want to predict your future, it's better to create it. Okay, so that's the thought for the day. So let us start the session. I can see 8 people are live. So the best way to predict your future is to create it. That's the thought of the day. If you like the thought of the day, please let me know. Every day, not every day, but I try to incorporate some of the great quotes from great speakers and great personalities. So this is something special I've added in today's session. You can see over it. See here, over here. Genuine effort. Okay. A genuine effort never goes in vain. It stands firm even in the acidic rain. Hard work doesn't give a windfall. Windfall means lottery, sudden gain. It's very small font, I guess. So hard work doesn't give a windfall. It offers gradual perennial gain. So windfall means sudden gain, sudden gain. So I have to explain my poems as well, because of the vocabulary thing, right? So a genuine effort never goes in vain. It stands firm even in the acidic rain. Hard work doesn't give a windfall, means a lottery. It offers gradual perennial gain. Why to worry for others' comments and perform worthlessly serious laments? The world will witness the value of your honest deeds and upright intents. Upright means honest. When the goings are tough and difficult, you must be hero of the promising cult. Why to be diffident and melancholic when the mind is fearless and actions occult? So melancholic means sad. Cult means a following. If you have a cult figure, it means people follow you. When the mind is fearless and actions occult. Occult means not normal, away from others. I love to work harder each and every day. The real rapture is in destiny's affray. Affray means fight. Destiny's fight. The real rapture means happiness. The real happiness is in destiny's affray. The people who work day in and day out, they find a solution, they find a way. They find a solution, they find a way. So this poem is written by me. I hope you like the poem. I have written 250 poems in English. One book has been published, so this is a part of that book. So I hope you like this poem a lot because it talks about genuine efforts. So I hope this is the anthem for the students of VerandaRace. I hope you enjoy this poem. So let us start the session today. Please respond if you like the poem. So the last line says, the real rapture, the real happiness is in destiny's affray, destiny's fight. The people who work day in, day out, they find a solution, they find a way. So this is something which I wanted to discuss with you all. Fine. So let us start the session. So today's session has some important twists, like I have highlighted some words and I have underlined some words. Highlighted means I have emboldened certain words and I have underlined some words. So what it means is, those words which are underlined, you need to give a replacement of those words, similar replacement, and those words which are emboldened, I'll give you the meaning of those words. And if the bolded word is underlined also, you have to give a different word for that, okay? But I'll make it fast because you don't answer very fast. Maybe it's because of the lag. Lag is there. Lag as in, there is a certain timing difference in timing. Okay. Thank you, Shrivedi. Thanks a lot. Perennial means continuous. Hi, Shakti. Good evening. So, Kirtana, good evening, Kirtana. So, let us start the session, students. Prime Minister, today's editorial is a planetary adjustment from Hindu, and I have already told you what the process is. The process is about, you have to find a word that can replace this underlined word. This underlined word can be replaced by a certain word, and I'll tell you the meaning of address, conserving, Gaia hypothesis, affluence, and Anthropocene. I'll tell you the meaning of these words. Hi Rajeshwari, very good evening. So, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in perhaps his first address this year on the theme of environment, remarked that it was not the planet that was fragile, but people and their commitment to conserving nature. Very simple paragraph today, simple passage today. You'll be able to, but the words are difficult. The passage is quite simple, but the words are difficult. So, can anyone replace the word perhaps? So, I'll give you the answer to this. Prime Minister Narendra Modi in probably. So, perhaps will be replaced by probably. Okay. So, Prime Minister Narendra Modi in probably, his first address means speech. Here it means speech. Speech or discourse. Discourse is a word. D-I-S-C-O-U-R-S-E. Discourse means speech. Okay. So, Prime Minister Narendra Modi in probably his first speech or discourse this year on the theme of the environment. So, can anyone give a replacement of the word environment? So, environment can be replaced by theme of the surrounding. We cannot give the exact word for that, but surrounding is better, I think. Surroundings. Okay. Remark that. So, remark can be replaced by simple word. Stated, very simple, stated. So, this way I want to proceed, but because of this lag thing, I cannot wait for the students to answer, because maybe you answer, but the answer reaches to me later on. So, Prime Minister Narendra Modi in probably his first address, speech, discourse this year on the theme of the environment, surroundings, remarked that, stated that it was not the planet that was fragile. Fragile means brittle, which can easily be broken. Easily broken, which was easily broken, but people and their commitment to conserving nature. So, the Prime Minister has said, I'll make it fast today, stated that it was not the planet that was fragile, but the people and their commitment to conserving nature. Commitment means what? Can you give another word? Surrounding, very good. Stated, very good. Nature, very good. Weak, very good. Weak, very good, Rajeshwari. Weak is a good word. So, give me a word for commitment. People and their commitment to conserving nature. Promise, pledge, P-L-E-D-G-E, pledge. Promise or pledge to conserving nature. Conserving means preserving. So, promise or pledge is commitment, and conserving is preserving nature. Okay. From James Lovelock's Gaia hypothesis. What is Gaia? Duty. Perfect. Process. Perfect. Responsibility. Very good. So, from James Lovelock's Gaia hypothesis, which means that, what is Gaia hypothesis? It means that every living organism in this world performs activities that causes the nature to be self-sustained. and this entire ecological balance is maintained because of the self-sustenance by the biotic substances. Biotic means living organisms. So that, yes, preserving is perfect, Rajeshwari. So this is Gaia hypothesis. I have explained it very well. I won't repeat it because it means that if you're listening to me carefully, that is great actually. So James Lovelock's Gaia hypothesis that posted the interconnectedness of nature from this to Nobel laureate Paul Crutzen, who warned that chemical effluents were altering the planet's atmosphere and causing harmful climate change feedback effects. So I need a word for warned. Warned can be what? Warned can be what? Admonished. Admonished. Threatened. Threatened. Admonished, threatened, and certain other words. Precursed. Okay, Keetna, that's a great one. Precursed, very good. That chemical effluents means all those discharge of chemicals or wastes in the rivers. That is known as effluents, chemical effluents. Discharge of things in wastage discharge in rivers and oceans. Okay, were altering. Altering means what? Changing. Alert, alert, alert. Very good. Alerted. It should be alerted. Rajeshwari, no problem in that. Alerted is good. Warned is good. Alerted. So altering means changing or transforming. Transforming is not the exact word. Transforming is from this to this and in a better sense. But changing is a word which is not really a better word, not something good. But transformation is from something positive. Transform from this to this. So altering the planet's atmosphere and causing harmful climate change feedback effects. So I need a word for harmful. Can anyone give me a word for harmful? Changing is perfect. Perfect. Rajeshwari, changing is perfect. Changing is good. Rajeshwari, very good. Shivani, very good. Changing. Kirtana, very good. Changing. Smashing Shakti. Smashing is a good name, I guess. You are a very smashing person, I guess. So smashing is not dashing. Okay, Shakti. So fine. Don't be very happy because smashing is like smash someone. And dashing is like very good. Dashing. No problem. So dreadful. Kirtana says dreadful. Yes, very good answer. Very good. Dangerous. Very good. So dangerous is not exactly harmful, but I think a word is deleterious. Deleterious. If you want to note it down, you can note it down. D-E-L-E, deleterious. R-I-O-U-S. Deleterious. Dangerous. Okay, fine. Deleterious. Then nefarious is not. Nefarious is wicked. Sorry. Deleterious is good. And even dangerous. Dreadful is good. Dreadful. Okay. But dreadful is something which makes us dreaded, afraid. But harmful, which causes harm. Harm. That is harmful climate change feedback. What's the word for feedback? Hazard. Okay, hazard. Hazard. Hazardous. Kirtana, hazardous. Hazardous. Kirtana, wonderful word you have given. Thanks a lot, Kirtana. Kirtana, hazardous is a very good word actually. Harmful is hazardous. That may cause harm to others. And feedback is what? So what the passage says from James Lovelock's Gaia hypothesis that posited means what? Pointed out the interconnectedness of nature to Nobel laureate Paul Crutzen, who admonished, threatened, warned, in other words, that chemical effluents were changing the planet's atmosphere and causing deleterious or hazardous climate change feedback. Feedback, remark, wonderful, Shivani, wonderful. What change? Remark effects, remark effects, okay. Many have made the cases that humanity is in Anthropocene era and is like a geological force that is shaping the planet's destiny. So, apart from the words which we are guessing, we are also understanding the passage, okay. So from the harmful climate change feedback effects, many have made the case that humanity. So, what is humanity? Word for humanity? Reflecting effects. Perfect, perfect. Reflecting effects. Wonderful, wonderful, Ketana. So the humanity should be like, there should be a word for humanity which is being human. Being human. That's the only word I can get in my mind. So that being human is in the Anthropocene era. Anthropocene means when the human being dominated the other races. That is the Anthropocene era. Whenever man was turned into Erectus, he started dominating the people, dominating the other living organisms. That is the Anthropocene era, when man realized its potential, maybe after fire, discovery of fire. So that humanity is in the Anthropocene era and is like a geological force. Geological, any word for geological? Nobody's answering. I'm not sure what has happened. I need more answers from you all. Keetana, why did you deleted the message? I don't know. You answered something well. Okay, I don't know what you answered. So it's like a geological force that is shaping the planet's destiny. Planet's destiny is like fate, F-A-T-E. Fate is the best word, I guess. Shaping means what? Forming, F-O-R-M-I-N-G, forming. Or molding. Molding, how is the word molding, you say? Tell me, molding. Humanity is benevolence. No, Shriveni, no. Humanity here does not mean benevolence. Shriveni, humanity here does not mean benevolence. It means being human. So there can be another word like, but you have given a very close word. Molding, yes, Smashing Shakti, correct, molding. So molding is a good word. Molding, shaping, molding the planet's destiny. And what's about the geological? After we know the words for each of them, we will read the entire passage and come to a conclusion. Okay? So geological force means earthly, molding. Yeah, molding is correct. Earthly, worldly, earthly is perfect. Earthly, E-A-R-T-H-L-Y, earthly. Destiny, end. Vijay, okay, Danny, you have come back. Wonderful, welcome. So planet's end is shaping planet's destiny is not end. Earth force is good. Molding, getting into shape, perfect. Sandana Pandi J. Okay. So it is like not destiny's fate, not end. Sorry, Danny. You have made a great comeback, but I think you should rethink about this word. Okay. So now let us read the entire passage. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in probably his first speech discourse this year on the theme of environment, stated that it was not the planet that was fragile, weak, easily broken or brittle, but people and their promise, pledge or commit responsibility to preserving nature. From James Lovelock's Gaia hypothesis that pointed out the interconnectedness of nature to Nobel laureate Paul Crutzen, who admonished, threatened, warned that chemical effluents were altering, changing, transforming, not really changing the planet's atmosphere and causing deleterious, harmful, dangerous, hazardous climate change, feedback effects may have made the case that being human is in the Anthropocene era and is like a earthly force or earth force, destiny, fate, correct Shivani, destiny, fate, that is shaping, molding the planet's destiny. That is fate again. Okay. Moving ahead to the next part of the passage. I hope you all are enjoying it. I'm sure you all are enjoying it because it's a great learning experience, I guess. Okay. Okay, fine. So next, see, it's a bit boring exercise because when we talk about strict studies, it is boring. That's why we have only 19 people online. Otherwise, it would have been 100,000. But it's still an initiative, right? I have taken an initiative. VerandaRace has taken an initiative. So you must be a part of this good initiative, right? And about the Tamil thing, I will definitely learn Tamil very fast so that I can connect with you better. Okay. However, this gives the distorted sense that it is a vaguely defined planet that needs protecting, a notion reinforced by apocalyptic documentaries on melting glaciers. Oh my God, such a difficult sentence, you must be wondering. Very easy sentence actually. Very easy sentence. So, however, this gives means this shows, or a better word can be depicts, D-E-P-I-C-T-S. This depicts the distorted means disfigured, D-I-S-F-I-G-U-R-A-D, disfigured, Sense can the its experience is please continue this please. Okay, Shivani. Thanks a lot, Shivani. Okay. So, however, this depicts or shows the distorted, disfigured sense. Sense, what does sense mean here? Can anyone give a replacement for sense? Can anyone give a replacement for sense? Yes, Aries. Okay, Aries girl. Okay, yeah. Great. So we have new people joining. Provides. Okay, provides. Provides is good. Good word. Very good, Sandana Pandi. So it's provides is very good actually. So provides, I'll also write it over here. Sense. So distorted sense means understanding. Actually, sense means understanding. I cannot expect for your, wait for your answers too long. So understanding is the best word for sense, I guess. Feeling. Distorted feeling. Very good. Very good. Who is it? Smashing Shakti. Oh, you have smashed it again. The final nail on the coffin. So feeling. Feeling is a good word. That it is very vaguely defined. So what's the word for vaguely? There's no word for, I have to explain it. Vaguely means equivocally, unclearly, equivocally or unclearly. So, however, this shows the disfigured sense or understanding or feeling that it's a very unclearly defined planet that needs protecting. Protecting means saving. Recognition. Okay. Who has answered? Sense means recognition. Boring. Boring means what? Boring. I didn't get you. Is the session boring? Aries girl, is the session boring? Okay, great. So protecting means saving. Saving. Vaguely means boring. No. Vaguely means unclearly. Ambiguous. Where a level. Who is Madhesh? Very good word you have given. Ambiguous. So vaguely means ambiguously actually, Madhesh. Ambiguously. Preserving. Conserving. Okay. So that means protecting, saving, conserving, preserving. Wonderful, Sandana Pandey, Rajeshwari, I am very good. That protecting a nation reinforced by apocalyptic documentaries on melting glaciers. So reinforced means inculcating again and again. Inculcating means fixing or trying to. Reinforce means trying to prove again and again. Reinforce, to prove again and again. And apocalyptic means related to end of the world. Apocalypse is what? End of the world. Reinforce is strengthening. Wonderful. Shakti, who are you? I cannot see you. I can see only two lights in your this thing. Reinforce is strengthening. Wonderful answer. Wonderful. So it's like inculcating or fixing again and again. Trying to prove and state again and again. Strengthening is a good word. By apocalyptic documentaries. Apocalyptic means that those documentaries that show that the world is going to end on melting glaciers. Okay. So what we have understood from the passage. So this, whatever happened earlier in the passage, that gives a disfigured sense that it's a ambiguously defined planet that needs saving, preserving, conserving. A notion reinforced, inculcated, strengthened by apocalyptic documentaries, dangerous documentaries on melting glaciers. The truth is more complex. So any word for complex? Making it better, reinforcing. Okay, very good, Sandhana. Reinforce, backing power, strengthening, wonderful, strengthening, smashing Shakti. Okay. So any word for complex, a good word. So I have 3-4 words for complex. One is convoluted. One is complicated. So you must be wondering, sir is not letting us answer. He's already giving the answers. Difficult. Okay. This is more difficult. Okay, fine. Problematical, hard, tricky. Smashing Shakti, or smashed it, yeah. This is good one. Complex is difficult, unexplainable. Okay. The truth is more complex is basically convoluted, complicated, Unexplainable, tricky. Yes, yeah. Right. Difficult is also good. Man's embrace of, what does embrace mean over here? Embrace. Man's embrace of agriculture, the dominance of wheat and rice, as dominance means the ascendancy, the hegemony. What's the best explanation? So if I am dominant and I show dominance, I try to supersede you, I try to suppress you. That's dominance. Embrace of agriculture. Critical to understand. Deepa Gayatri. Accept. Yeah. Who is this? Rakshana, I salute you, man. My student, I salute you. You given a very good answer. Accept. Kirtana has also given accepting. So embrace is accept or encourage. Smashing Shakti is also right. So but accept is good. Acceptance is the good answer. Acceptance. Accepting and practicing. Kirtana again, very good. Accepting and Rakshana also gave answer accept at the first. So accepting and practicing is good. Embrace of agriculture. The dominance of wheat and rice. And practicing is a good word. Kirtana says, yeah, practicing. Right. The dominance of wheat and rice as food crops and the clearing of forests. So what is the word for clearing? Deforestation. No doubt in that. Deforestation. Removal. So deforestation of forest tracts is not a good word. So I think it could be removal of forest tracts. So tracts means region. Territory. Tracts means region or territory. Cause the first major. Major means a different word for major. Clearing is removal. That's for sure. Of tracts cause the first major large-scale changes to global climate, though their effects were apparent only over centuries. So major can be prominent. Large-scale changes to global climate, though their effects means results were conspicuous. Conspicuous. Apparent means conspicuous, which can be easily observed only over centuries. Atmospheric changes due to the dawn of the predominant. Wonderful Rakshana. Critical, crucial. Crucial is wonderful word. Critical is wonderful word. Destroying is good word. Predominant is wonderful word. Major, important is again very good word. Major is vital, again a very good word. So this is how we interact, right? So when we do brainstorming, we have students who gives inputs. That is how a brainstorming is done. So don't you think we are coming out to a very good conclusion that we can improve ourselves with a lot of brainstorming, okay? So atmospheric changes due to dawn of industrial age. Dawn means what? Dawn means the oncoming. Onset means the beginning of the industrial age. Obvious. Oh my God. Why didn't I think obvious? Kirtana always wins the match. By saying obvious. So I didn't even think of the word obvious. It was like conspicuous. I thought of such a difficult word. Were obvious only over centuries, right? Atmospheric changes due to the dawn means the onset or the beginning. Dawn beginning. Correct. Shakti, you are correct. Dawn of sun. Dawn means the time when the sky is red because of that Rayleigh's effect, scattering effect. Sky is red. So that's dawn. But here it has been used like onset or beginning. Where Smashing Shakti obviously said it correctly. Outcome. Effect is outcome. Wonderful. Effect is outcome. Were apparent or obvious or conspicuous only over centuries. Atmospheric changes due to the dawn of the industrial age and the use of fossil fuels happened, relatively speaking, in a blink of an eye. Blink. What is blink? This is blink. Blink of an eye. Okay. So blink. Dawn, dusk. Dusk is like evening and dawn is morning. Okay. So what can be the word for blink? Spur of a moment. Spur is a good word. SPUR. Spur is a good word, right? So let us move ahead, students. We have 3 more slides to go. Dawn arising. Okay. We have to do it fast. We have 3 more slides. Okay. What is common to both these eras is that those who suffered the most are the poor, or those with the least agency to shield themselves from a perturbed nature. Okay. So what it says, what is common to both these eras? Okay. So common means mutual, not mutual, I would say. A common goal. Similar. Within second, yeah, right, Rajeshwari. Flicker is good word, Shivani. Fraction of a time, okay. General, Kirtana, okay, general. So what is general to both these eras? Eras means the time frame, the period. In those who suffered the most, suffered, not means, I would say, a different word would be, who is that those who suffered the most, we can have a word like, any words from you? Rain, correct. Same is also correct, okay. So those who suffered the most, so those who, I'm not getting a word for this, please help me out. The most are the poor, or those with the least agency to shield themselves. So shield is like protect themselves from a perturbed nature. Perturbed means disturbed nature. Period, okay, period is correct. Suffered is endured. Endure is like suffering. I'm not sure, Rajeshwari. Era, period. Rajeshwari, correct. Shivani, you said suffered is endured. Suffered, yeah, it is correct, because belittle, no, Rakshana. Belittle is like when you belittle someone, you try to look down. You look down upon that person. It's not like belittle. Belittle means making someone little. Battled. Kirtana says battled. Got impacted. Who got impacted the most are the poor. Yeah. Even I would say endured is good. Who endured the most is also good answer. So I will salute Shivani and all those people. Like got impacted is also good, but Shivani, your answer was good. Yeah. Affected is good, right? So affected, endured, and got impacted, suffered, all those are correct words. Okay. Last year, Uttarakhand saw an avalanche of rock. Avalanche means a piece of the glacier, not glacier exactly, a piece of the land. Uttarakhand had this avalanche thing, right? You remember the movement of the landslide that happened, and ice destroyed 2 hydropower projects and caused deaths. Cause means cause deaths. I want a word similar in tense. Tenses. Make and cause deaths, okay. The geology, you think over the word, I'll just move ahead. The geology of the Himalayas, scientists have long warned, makes the region inhospitable to large mega engineering projects. So the area of Himalaya is not very hospitable. Hospitable means not very friendly to large media engineering projects. Makes the region converts. Makes is like converts, impacting cause, the result, leads to, very good. Leads to death, very good answer, leads to death. I accept. Results in, leads to. Results in deaths, leads to death. Cause result is perfect, impacting cause is perfect. So converts, makes the region inhospitable, converts the region into being inhospitable to large media engineering projects. And the several floods, landslides and earthquakes over the years have underlined this time and again. So underlined is what? It means highlighted. HIGHLIGHTED, or accentuated. But while the earth rearranges means settles itself, it does so in a manner that can be destructive and lethal to those least responsible for causing the disequilibrium. So disequilibrium means disbalance. Disbalance is disequilibrium. So in a manner means in a way that can be destructive. Destructive is like catastrophic. Underlined, highlighted, wonderful, makes alternate. Manner way, correct. Manner way is correct. Underline, emphasize, very good. So who is this emphasize lady? Shiveni, okay. Emphasize, accentuated, highlighted, perfect. Destructive is catastrophic, or I think that's the best word. That least responsible for causing the disequilibrium. Those least responsible mean least accountable. So responsible is accountable. Pattern, okay, that's a great answer. Pattern. So in a pattern that can cause catastrophic and lethal to those least accountable, responsible, cause, source, correct. Okay, for causing the disequilibrium. So I'll read the entire passage. What is similar to, what is same to both these eras is that those who suffered, endured, or one more word was that I forget. Suffered, endured, and endured the most are the poor, or those with the least agency to protect themselves from a disturbed nature. Last year, Uttarakhand saw an avalanche of rock and ice destroyed two hydropower projects and cause deaths, make deaths happen. The geology of the Himalayas, scientists have long warned, converts the region into hospitable region, or makes the region inhospitable to large mega engineering projects, and the several floods, landslides and earthquakes over the years have highlighted, accentuated, emphasized this time and again. But while the earth resettles itself, it does so in a way that can be destructive, catastrophic and lethal to those least responsible, accountable for causing the disequilibrium. In charge of, correct. Moving ahead fast to the next segment. Just 2 slides left. This one is a big one, this one is a big one, but the next one is very small one. Okay, so I'll end the class very soon. I know you have other occupations, but please be with me, don't leave the session, okay? Okay. So, thus if fragile were to mean, fragile means weak, were to mean a brittleness needing care, then it is people and animals that need protection. Protection can be aegis or shield, AEGIS, or shield, SHIELD. Aegis means protection, aegis, AEGI. Aegis is a company as well that can vaguely define planet. India's position of climate justice. Justice means fairness is that it cannot be denied the right to rely on polluting fossil fuels to ameliorate the living conditions of. I'll explain this, don't worry. So, thus, if fragile were to mean brittleness needing care, then it is people and animals that need protection than a vaguely defined planet. So, this entire passage is opposing the Modi government's speech, Modi's speech actually. Modi gave a speech saying that the people are not responsible, the environment is not responsible, rather the people are responsible. But what the passage says is that people and animals that need protection can than a vaguely defined planet. India's position of climate justice is that, fairness is that, it cannot be denied the right to rely on polluting fossil fuels to ameliorate the living condition of most Indians who have limited access to reliable energy. So I'll explain this to you, wait. Cover broken, okay. So after this I'll explain. India's position of climate fairness is that it cannot be denied the right to rely on polluting fossil fuels to ameliorate the living conditions of most Indians who have limited access. Access means reach, REACH. So most of the Indians have limited reach to reliable energy. So India cannot be denied the right to rely on polluting fossil fuels to improve. Ameliorate means improve. Ameliorate means improve the living condition of most Indians who have limited access, means reach to reliable energy. Lesson. No. Aries girl, it's not ameliorate. It doesn't mean that. Ameliorate means to improve. Access, permit. Access, obtain. Limited, obtain to, no, who's it? Shivani, not access, obtain. Access means reach. Reach or permit. Permission, Rajeshwari, permission. Thus, India will continue to fire coal plants, raise forests for industry. Raise means utilize, harness, exploit forests for industry, and build roads in fraught geology. I don't know the meaning of this word. Please check. I'll just guess. Wait. Fraught geology means? Fraught means, there was a sentence I remember. It said, people are fraught with imagination. Filled with roads in, no. Fraught geology. I cannot know I don't know the meaning of this word. If anybody can help me with this, it will be great, I guess. Anyone? Fraught? Raise, destroy. Yeah, exploit and destroy. You are correct. I was not sure actually. Smashing Shakti. Raise is destroy. Perfect. So, can you even give me the meaning of fraught? F-R-A-U-G-H-T. Please look or find a meaning to this word. Full of, Rashna. Okay. Full of, roads in, full of geology. Fraught means filled with. That's why I guessed us to some extent. In other words, put the lives of millions of the vulnerable. Vulnerable means very prone to climate risk. In the pursuit means in the hunt in a positive sense, in the pursuit of economic development. Pursuit is not hunt exactly, in the search. Pursuit is like search of economic development. Okay. India's commitment to net zero is set decades to the future in 2000. So you need not answer this. It's already been answered. Pledge, promise, responsibility, all these answers. So let me explain this entire passage. So the author says, if fragile means brittleness that needs care, brittleness is like powdery substance. If something is beaten and becomes powder, it's brittle. There is people and animals need protection more than the planet, which the Modi government said the planet needs more protection. So India's position of climate fairness is that it cannot be denied the right to polluting fossil. India has to use fossil fuels to improve the living condition of most Indians who have limited reach to reliable energy. Thus, India will continue to use coal plants, destroy forests, and use the roads that are filled with geology. In other words, putting the lives of millions of people prone to climate risk in the search of economic development is not a good thing to do. So India's pledge to net zero is set decades into the future in 2017. Okay. What does the last line mean? So India's commitment to net zero is set decades into the future. So net zero means when all the resources are utilized, depleted. Commitment, devotion, fraught, full of, filled with. Thank you, Rajeshwari. Thanks a lot. Pursuit is thrust, correct. Thrust. Pursuit also means search of something. The last part. So this is something interesting I am going to discuss. So I have highlighted some 2 or 3 words together. Unknowns characterize climate science and India, given its size and population, will be disproportionately vulnerable. So what does it mean? Devotion, correct. So unknowns characterize, unknowns. So let me tell you, this unknown is adjective and this is noun. This is adjective, this is noun. So unknowns characterize climate science. Something which is unknown, and those unknown things which are unknown, they characterize the climate science in India. And India, so if I say I am the unknown, means nobody knows me and I am not known to people. I am somebody who nobody knows and I am the unknown. Even nobody knows that I am unknown. So if somebody is anonymous, you cannot say that I know him. You will say he is an unknown anonymous. So many people say, okay, he's an unknown person. But somebody who's unknown but nobody knows that he's unknown is unknown's character. So it means that ignorantly, okay, very good. So unknowns characterize climate science, and India, given its size and population, will be disproportionately vulnerable. Disproportionately means outright, without any proportion. Outright is the best word. It must accelerate and prioritize. Prioritize means, I cannot get a better word, but accelerate is like expedite. EXPEDIT, expedite. And prioritize means, can we get a better word? Unrecognizable. Okay. Accelerate is expedite, EXPEDITE, and prioritize is set into order. Yeah, ordered, ORDER, order. Not that giving orders for cake or pancakes or tea. Order means in certain order, and order the transition to energy sources. Transition here means change. So unknowns characterize climate science, and India, given its size and population, will be outright vulnerable, outright prone to problems. It must expedite and order the change to energy sources that are minimally perturbing to the natural balance. So what the author says, India must expedite and order the change to energy sources that are minimally disturbing. Minimally means at the minimum level disturbing to the natural balance. So what does balance mean here? What does balance mean here? Balance means order. Again, different word, order. So there's something called disorder, there's something called order. This order is different from disorder. Order means everything is perfect. That's called order. Opposite of anarchy. Because, and on this science is certain, the planet which may be certain means what? Sure. Definite is the word, definite. The planet which may be in the form of incomprehensible. Incomprehensible means, what's the word for the incomprehensible? Balanced state. Okay, that's good, natural state. Because, and on this the science is definite, the planet which may be in a form incomprehensible at present. So incomprehensible, can I get a word for incomprehensible? Balance is stability. Good. Very good, Shivani. Buffer. Buffer means what? Is my session getting buffered? So incomprehensible means what? I'm just thinking of a word called for incomprehensible. Let me think of a word. Incomprehensible is esoteric. Yes. Esoteric. Or there's one of arcane. Yeah, my vocabulary is good, no doubt. Sure is good word. So incomprehensible is arcane and esoteric, at present puzzling, paradoxical, will long outlast its current residents. So what will happen is, residents is basically inhabitants, citizens, or like that. Will outlast means if this happens, that the natural balance is maintained, so the resources will outlast its current residents. So the current people who are using these resources, the resources will last longer than the residents. Okay. I am exhausted. 51 minutes. Oh my God. Unclear. Yeah. That's correct. Rajeshwari, you are right. Outlast means that is lasting longer than something else. Okay. A residence is inhabitants or citizens. Inhabitants is the best word. Unaccountable. Shivani says unaccountable. Unaccountable. Okay. So students, we have completed a session. So I will say thank you. But before leaving, I would like to ask a few questions to you. You can answer if you wish to. Unclear. Correct. So esoteric is a word. Esoteric. ESOTERIC. Very puzzling and complex. And there's another word called arcane. ARCANE. These words are basically incomprehensible. Okay, students. So I'll end the session now. So I just need some inputs from you all. Tomorrow is elections, right? Corporation elections in Chennai, I guess. So can we have a different time to get tomorrow? Oh, leave it. 7 p.m. is best. Because you will go for voting and all. So in the evening, maybe you'll be present. Okay, local residents. Perfect. Well, so Danny, how are you? Shivani, Rajeshwari, all of you participated. Very Kirtana, Smashing Shakti. Then we have regular Rajeshwari. Then we have some people who are Sandana Pandi, Shivani, Rakshana. Okay, so all of you, I request you to participate every day in the session, because something or the other will be there in every session. Something or the other new will be there in every session. So it would be a good experience for you all. Can we play a game tomorrow? Because tomorrow is election, so I'll have a smaller session, and the game will be, you collect some difficult words from your collection. You ask me the meaning impromptu, I'll tell you the meaning. So it's a challenge for me also, whether my vocabulary is good enough or not. Sometimes I slip because of fraud, I couldn't recall, but I'll just have a test of my vocabulary. I'm fine, sir. Yeah, good. So students, Kirtana, okay, bye-bye everyone. Have a very good night, and we shall meet tomorrow at 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. Fine, good night.